Next, we are going to see about exemplary business model scenario for IoTs. So based on the previous consideration and findings, different exemplary business model scenario are developed within this unit. The field of application for IoT is much wider than we've seen so far. The control of process and quality of goods in manufacturing, logistics, service, and maintenance are still the valid application. Moreover, a new area of application have to be considered. The end user integration through data provisions and end user programming, as well as implementation of autonomous service, will take the IoT to the next level where IoT is more than a B2B infrastructure. The following exemplary application include the use of IoT to support to offer as the PaaS, that is the product as a service. The role of information service provider in IoT, the integration of end users and opportunities through right-time business analysis and decision making with the help of the business model framework. It is depicted how the configuration business model can help the companies to monetize the IoT. The first scenario is product as a service, that is shortly called as PaaS. So previously we have seen the business model canvas. So as like earlier business model canvas, here also we are having the canvas for the car rental scenario, that is as like our Ola, Uber kind of thing. The key partners, the product we are going to give is what the product we are going to give. Instead of software, just think over, we are going to rent our cars to the unknown person who is not an employee of the particular company, where just the person make their car to be accessed by our consumers, the actually the people, as like a Zoom kind of scenario. Zoom is a car rental scheme there anyone can access to the particular Zoom call which is available in the particular location by having the specific dedicated card access, and they can ride their car and they can drop the car wherever they need it. So whatever they have used so far, it will be actually they are consuming the for the particular hours of usage. So similar kind of scenario we are going to use here. The product mentions our car. The key partners are outsourcing the partners for maintenance and repairs. If there is any repair, it is solely depends to our company. It does not depends upon the consumer. So the consumer the headache is just over. The service provider. So the service provider is throughout the country. The key activities are car rental, fleet management, and billing. The key resources are fleet, IoT infrastructure, and onboard units. We are going to add certain sensors, how the car is being used, what are the maximum speed used by the consumer, and how far his driving is good. So based on that particular thing, we are going to build the particular customer. The value proposition, what we are going to give to the customer is ubiquitous and simple mobility. So they do not need to buy a costly car, but they can just have access to the costly car. Eco-friendly pricing models. The customer relationships of self and automated service. The channels of internet and mobiles. The customer segments are young and eco-affine consumer, the business without own carpool. The cost structure here, don't need to employ the staffs, that is the reduced staff expenses, local branches require better fleet utilization and reduced maintenance. The revenue structure is pay per use or pay per emission. So this is how we are going to rent our cars to the unknown stranger, so-called consumer. So what the consumer is getting, what the value is getting, and what is the cost to the particular system, that is the company. So next scenario we are going to see is information service provider. So here, what kind of information we are going to be used by the companies? So here, number of onboard units will be there. So such onboard units will generate the data. So based on the data, we'll be accessing through our consumers. The here key partners are manufacturers and the partners along with supply chains. The key activities are accumulation and aggregation of informations. The key resources are information systems such as databases. The value proposition is detection of counterfeits. For example, if a person is taking your car and making certain blundered things in your car and he is damaging certain things, how we are going to detect the particular damage caused by the particular consumer. So we have to develop the onboard sensors in the cars so that to monitor the viability of the car. The customer relationship is the self and automated service. The channels are through internet and mobile phones. The customers are the key partners here. The customs. The cost structure is information acquisition and aggregation. Here, the same revenue model is going to be a pay-per-use and subscription based. So next we are going to see about third scenario, that is end user involvement. How far our consumer being involved in producing the data to access them, assess them. Here the key partners are our customers. The key activities are supply product information, marketing. The key resources are information system, active consumers. The value propositions are comprehensive live product informations. The customer relationships are self-service co-creation. The channels are mobile and phones. The customer segments are existing customer, new customer attracted by the value propositions. The cost structure is rewarding a customer by supplying the information. If he is good at writing this particular thing, he will be rewarded as like reducing the cost and next ride for a reduced price. The revenue structure is indirect generation of additional sales. The fourth scenario is right time business analysis and decision making. So we are just aggregating the data from different part of the from the customer and from the machine and from the manufacturer, everything we are just getting. Actually, the real time monitoring of the data is very needed, because when the person get out of the car, a, he has to be generated with a bill in the real time. Already we have seen the J billing here. The internal communication, what are the sensors will be available? The driver identification, electronic bill loading, personal driver settings, status monitoring, load sensing, electronic seal, and automatic load identification, that is OB units. So GSM, GPRS, JPL, WLAN service, and DSRC service, and global communication such as GSM, GPRS, UMTS, such kind of services it should be making the actual car to an intelligent truck, intelligent car. So then, without a person being involved in this particular car, they can able to monitor everything inside the car. So here, the key partners are the fleet management companies, cold storage facilities. The key activities are accumulation and aggregation of information, quality control. Key resources are fleet, IoT infrastructure, sensors, telematics unit. The value proposition is right time access to the information, proactive decisions, transport optimization, dynamic routing. The customer relationship is automated services. The channel is internet. The customer segment is logistics service provider, perishable goods manufacturers. The cost structure is IoT infrastructure, telecommunication cost. The revenue structure is direct information system, pay-per-use subscription system, indirect is product sales, quality-based pricing. So as we concluded that of all the corporate resources, people financial asset information is probably the least well managed. While the IoT is currently helping them to overcome some of the more technical problems, such as finding the right information and providing the anywhere, anytime access to make the business into a new perspective of maintaining all of our assets in a right means and open issues. So based on the given scenario, we have derived the business model can be an important driver for IoT to motivate the companies to invest and reach new markets and generate new revenues. That's all. Thank you.